Good afternoon. We are camping again this weekend here at Oopy's Soup Kitchen, and today we are making fried chicken. We were gonna do it over the fire, but we decided to switch it up a little, so we're gonna do it over a camp stove. This recipe actually came from a fellow YouTuber, Kent Rollins. If you haven't seen his page, you should check it out because he has a lot of pretty fantastic stuff. So what we're gonna do is we are going to start with 2 chicken breasts, just from your grocery store. And I'm just going to cut some of the fat off of them because we don't need that. And once I get the fat cut off, I am going to take one of my chicken breasts. I'm gonna put it in this bag.
Lindsay is kicking off this classic fried chicken inspired by the legendary cowboy Kent Rollins with the crucial first step, a buttermilk marinade. While it might seem simple, this is where the magic really begins.
Take it to Pound Town. The secret here is that we want the whole thing to be even. We do not want there to be a thick part on the inside or the outside, and then your outside gets overcooked, your inside's still raw. We don't need that. We want it to be even. So
why the buttermilk bath? It comes down to science. First, the gentle acidity and enzymes in the buttermilk act as a natural tenderizer. They begin to break down the proteins in the meat, guaranteeing that every bite will be unbelievably tender and juicy.
don't laugh at my faces.
Second, and just as important for that perfect finish, the buttermilk is a binder. Its thickness creates the ideal surface for the seasoned flour to cling to. This is the secret to building that craggy, super crispy crust that stays on the chicken right where it belongs.
That's big. That's like a big old chicken breast. Okay, so I probably did not need 2 bags, but that's all right. The next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take the other side of the tenderizer with the spikes. I don't know what side it's called, but it's the spiky side. And we're gonna move the knife first. I just want to say, I have been a little bit off this weekend. So if I seem like I'm a little out there, it's because I am this weekend. Okay, that baby's tender. This baby's tender. I'm gonna end up hitting myself in the fingers. What's gonna happen? Okay, now that we have them tenderized, this is a part of the recipe that Mr. Kent Rollins does not do, but that we are adding to our fried chicken. We are going to first I'm gonna cut them in half because I want them to be smaller. You don't have to do this part. I just want them to be smaller. So now we have like more serving size pieces, I would say. Okay, so we went from 2 to 4. Also, Dad got me size large gloves. My hands are like extra small and the gloves are large. So they're kind of falling off my hands a little bit. We are gonna put our chicken in here. Take off the gloves because I'm sweating. And we have buttermilk. So I am going to give this a little shake. And
she submerges the chicken, adds a touch of salt and pepper, and now it's time to let it marinate. This single step transformed good fried chicken into a great one.
yes, This is to help make that chicken nice and tender when it comes time to cook it up. So now that we have the chicken in the buttermilk, I'm gonna leave it in there and put it in the fridge for a couple hours. And then we will come back in a little while and start cooking.
Like and subscribe to Oopy Soup Kitchen.
Welcome back to Oopy Soup Kitchen.
While the chicken takes its time in that buttermilk marinade, it's time to work on a classic campfire side dish. And this is what it's all about. Cooking is a tradition meant to be shared. Here's Lindsay with her daughter Autumn, who is Oopy's great-granddaughter. She's learning how to make another version of campfire potatoes, a recipe that's simple, delicious, and perfect for a warm August afternoon here in Gettysburg.
Here.
Yep, you can if you want to.
Autumn's getting right in there, prepping those potatoes. A good coating of olive oil will help them get crispy and prevent sticking. And you can't be shy with salt and pepper. That's what builds that flavor.
That's what happens if you put 2 tablespoons.
Yes.
And there's the key ingredient for this version, plenty of minced garlic. As these potatoes bake in the cast iron, that garlic will become sweet and aromatic, infusing every single bite. It's proof that you only need a few simple ingredients to make something truly special. For this job, they're using the undisputed king of campfire cookware, the cast iron Dutch oven. Its thick walls hold steady, even heat, which is essential for baking. Nothing like adding a little bit of bacon grease. This stuff baking up is fantastic if you don't have any regular bacon grease handy. Now here's the technique that turns this pot into a true rustic oven. After setting it on a bed of glowing coals, more coals are carefully placed right on top of that flat lid. This creates 360-degree heat. The coals underneath roast the bottom, while the coals on top bake and brown the potatoes from above. It's a brilliant, centuries-old method that lets you bake anything, from potatoes to bread to a bubbling fruit cobbler, right in the heart of the fire. With the lid on tight, the Dutch oven is set to do its work. All it takes now is heat, time, and a little bit of campfire magic. In a while, those potatoes will be tender, golden, and ready for a hearty camp dinner. We'll check back in on them soon. With the potatoes baking in the coals, our focus returns to the star of the show, the chicken. It's had time to tenderize in that buttermilk, and now it's time to build that crust. This starts with a mountain of all-purpose flour. And for the signature flavor, what could be more perfect? She's going right to the source and using Cowboy Kent Rollins' own original seasoning. It's a fantastic blend with salt, pepper, paprika, garlic, and more. All perfectly balanced. It takes the guesswork out and guarantees that authentic cowboy style flavor. You can't be shy here. This Dredge seasons every square inch of the crust. Now for the classic 3-step breading process that builds a durable, even coating. First, each piece goes from the marinade into the seasoned flour. This initial dry layer gives that wet marinade something to cling to. Next, it's back to our wet marinade, a little bit of half and half and some eggs beaten. This acts like the glue that will hold the final thick crust to the chicken. And finally, it goes back into the flour for a second time, ensuring every piece is completely coated. This process builds a solid foundation for a crust that won't fall off in the pan. Alright, all the pieces are coated, but here comes the pro tip. This is the secret to getting that super craggy, extra crunchy restaurant style texture. Watch this. Lindsay drizzles a little of that leftover buttermilk marinade directly into her seasoned flour and works it in with her fingertips. This creates dozens of small, pebbly clumps of batter throughout the dredge. Now each piece of chicken goes back into that clumpy mixture one last time. She presses those little butter nuggets firmly onto the chicken. Each one of those clumps will fry up into an incredibly crispy, crunchy bite. This is the single step that separates good fried chicken from an unforgettable one. And there they are, perfectly coated and ready for the hot cast iron. The stage is set. Next we fry. The chicken is coated, the potatoes are baking, and now it's time for the main event. We're back at our Dutch oven, which is perfect for frying since its heavy cast iron holds a steady heat. Before the first piece goes in, Lindsay is checking the oil temperature. She's looking for a steady 350 degrees Fahrenheit or about 175 Celsius. This is the magic number. If the oil is too cool, the chicken will just absorb the grease and get soggy. Too hot and the beautiful crust we just built will burn before the chicken cooks through. 350 is the sweet spot for that perfect golden brown finish. There it is. That sizzle, as Al would say, is the sound of success. Notice how she's cooking one piece at a time. This is one of the most important rules of frying. Overcrowding the pan would cause the oil temperature to drop dramatically, ruining that crispy crust. Giving each piece plenty of room is the key. Now this here's the hardest part, patience. You have to let the oil do its work. Frying that side for several minutes until it's deep golden brown. Flipping it only once is crucial. It allows the crust to set properly without tearing or falling off. Look at that perfect color. That's exactly what you want to see. After a few more minutes on the other side, this piece will be done.
A little bit of it for the gravy.
And there you have it, a flawless piece of fried chicken. It's golden, it's crunchy, and putting it on a wire rack to drain ensures that it stays crispy all over. Now, get to the rest of those. Get them fried up. 'Cause I sure am hungry. You can't have fried chicken without a generous pour of creamy country gravy. For this, Lindsay is starting with a separate cast iron skillet. The secret is what she's adding to it. A few tablespoons of the oil the chicken was just fried in, making sure to scoop up those crunchy golden brown bits from the bottom of the Dutch oven. That's not waste, that's pure concentrated flavor. Now, over medium heat, she's whisking in the flour to create a roux. The goal is to keep it moving constantly for a minute or two. This does two important things. It prevents lumps and it toasts the flour, cutting out any raw taste and giving the gravy a rich, nutty depth. Once that roux is golden and bubbly, it's time to transform it into a gravy. And for that classic, rich country-style flavor, she's using evaporated milk. Pouring it in slowly while constantly stirring is the key. This prevents any lumps and ensures the final gravy is velvety smooth. You can see it thickening up almost immediately. Then for that final kick of flavor, she's adding another dash of that Cowboy Kent Rollins original seasoning, along with a healthy dose of black pepper. It's the perfect finishing touch. And there it is, a perfect old-fashioned country gravy. Rich, creamy, and packed with flavor. The only thing left to do now is to bring this whole incredible meal together.
Ooh, fried chicken looks good.
Alright guys, here it is. Look at that chicken.
That one has a lot of sizzle.
Oh yeah. If you like this video, make sure you click that like button. And what should they do?
Subscribe.
To what channel?
Channel, Oopy Soup Kitchen.
Subscribe to Oopy Soup Kitchen.
I love you guys. Bye.